Hello, good morning, students. Welcome in today's class through online teaching. In today's class, we are going to discuss a new poem, and its title is On First Looking into Chapman's Homer. This poem was written by John Keats, who was a famous romantic poet of 18th century. This poem was written in 1816. This poem was written in 1816 and it is written in a sonnet form. Homer is a famous Greek poet who wrote Iliad and Odyssey, and these are his two great epics. Keats read Homer through translation by Chapman, and Chapman was one of the most popular Elizabethan authors. He translated the works of Homer. He was a prominent dramatist also. This poem reveals the pleasure Keats derived from Homer's work. Keats was so much impressed by the romantic imaginations and events that he took them as true events. This sonnet tells us the author's astonishment while reading the works of the ancient Greek poet Homer. Essentially, it is a poem about poetry itself, describing a reading experience so profound that an entire world seems to come to life. The poem talks specifically about a translation of Homer, who was the classical Greek poet, by George Chapman, and George Chapman was an Elizabethan poet whose translations were more concerned with the speaker's experience of the text them loyalty to the original form. This poem was published in the newspaper The Examiner soon after it was written in 1816. Cowden Clarke gave him Chapman's translation of Homer's poetry, and John Keats read it in the night and wrote the sonnet in the next morning. This is John Keats' first great poem, and in this poem, John Keats expresses his sense of excitement when found the great poetic presence in Chapman's poetry. John Keats is a traveler in the world of imagination in this poem. He has made an extensive journey of the kingdoms of great poets. The pleasure he derived through his study of literature cannot be described in words. He says that he has read many British poets. He has studied great poets like Spenser, Milton, and William Shakespeare. He had heard about the Greek poet Homer, but he could not read his poetry as he did not know Greek language. He knew that Homer was a great poet. He was pleased to learn that Chapman translated the works of Homer. He read Homer through translations, and the poet feels that he has seen a new kingdom in literature. When he read the creation of Homer, he was greatly excited and inspired by Homer. After reading Homer, the poet compares himself to an astronomer who has seen a new planet through his telescope. So, student, this is the central theme of the poem on first looking into Chapman's Homer. Now we will explain the poem on first looking into Chapman's Homer. So let's start. On first looking into Chapman's Homer. First looking into, it means reading. Chapman 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 was a Elizabethan poet. His full name was George Chapman, and who was an Elizabethan poet who had translated Homer's poetry from Greek to English. And who was Homer? Homer was an ancient Greek poet. Much have I travelled, much have I travelled in the realms of gold. Much have I travelled. It means I have read widely. I here refer for poet himself, John Keats. The poet says that I have read widely in the realms of gold. It means poetry, and many goodly estates and kingdoms seen, and many goodly, it means charming, joy, or pleasurable. Estates and kingdom, it means poetry and drama. Keats means he reads Greek authors like Spenser, Shakespeare, and Milton. Round many western islands have I been, which bards in fealty to Apollo hold. Western island, it means England islands west of Greek. Bard, bard means poet. Bard means poet. Apollo, who was Apollo? Apollo was one of the most powerful gods of the ancient Greek myth. He was the sun god and the god of beauty and youth, the god of strength and power, and also sometimes as the god of fertility. This sonnet was written by John Keats. Cowden Clarke gave him Chapman's translation of Homer's poetry, and John Keats read it in the night and wrote the sonnet in morning. This is Keats' first great poem. In this poem, John Keats expresses his sense of excitement. The poet says in these opening lines, he imagines himself as a traveler, and he says that just as a traveler visits various countries and kingdoms, he as a reader has read the writings of many great poets like Edmund Spenser, William Shakespeare, and John Milton. The poet has been a traveler in the countries of the mind of imagination and fancy. He has derived from his travels reading of poetry great pleasure. The poet calls the great poets and their poetry as the realms of gold and goodly estates and kingdoms. In the first four lines of the poem, literature is compared to the countries, states, and kingdoms. Literature is here metaphorically described as golden realms. Just as a traveler visits various countries and kingdoms, John Keats as a reader has read the writings of many great authors like Spenser, Shakespeare, and Milton. John Keats says that he has visited many western islands which are under the region of Apollo, who was the god of poetry in Greek mythology. He means that poets write their poems under the inspiration from Apollo. The poet says that he has read the compositions of many great poets inspired by Apollo, the god of music and poetry in Greek mythology. Oft of one bite expanse had I been told, that deep proud Homer ruled as his demons, yet did I never breathe its pure serene till I heard Chapman speak out loud and bold. Oft, oft means often, wide, wide means vast, expanse means region or territory. I have been told that deep proud Homer was a Greek poet. Iliad and Odyssey are usually attributed to him, though there is a dispute concerning their authorship. Homer was a Greek ancient poet, yet did I never breathe its pure serene till I heard Chapman speak out loud, bold. Deep, broad Homer. It means having a deep brow or high forehead, which is considered as a sign of intellectual greatness. Homer was the great Greek poet who wrote the famous epic poems the Iliad and Odyssey. In these lines, the poet compares literature to great kingdoms of the earth. During his life, he traveled through many kingdoms. It means he read the works of great writers and poets. The poet believes that all these poets write when they are inspired by Apollo, the god of poetry and music. He had heard about a great kingdom ruled by Homer, but he could not go there. He had not yet read Homer. He could read Homer when he got the translated volumes of his works, and it was done by George Chapman. John Keats was delighted to read the translations of Homer's work because he could not read Homer in Greek. Homer was a sublime poet. Keats had heard about the great personality, yet he had not had a chance to read him. He learned about Homer when he read Homer in the translation done by Chapman. The poet felt that he had seen a new kingdom in literature, full of fresh air and beautiful environment. The poet was greatly excited when he read Homer's poetry. Then felt I like some watcher of the sky when a new planet swims into his ken, or like stout means brave, Cartes, when with eagle eyes he stared at the Pacific, and all his men looked at each other with a wild surmise, silent upon a peak in Darien. Stout means brave. Cartes, Cartes was conqueror of Mexico and watcher of the skies. All his men, it means all the comrades of Cartes. Darien means the isthmus of Darien, the isthmus of Panama, which connects North and South America. In these lines, the poet John Keats says that he studied the works of the several poets, but he could not read Homer. He read Homer when he got the translation done by George Chapman, who was an Elizabethan poet and dramatist. Keats felt as if he had visited a new bird in literature. In these lines, the poet compares his feelings on reading Homer to the feelings of a great astronomer Cartes when he discovered a new planet. The poet compares himself to the great astronomer Cartes. When he discovered a new planet, he became very happy. In the same way, the excited poet get excitement when he read Homer. This astronomer was looking at the sky through his telescope. Suddenly, he saw a new planet. He had never seen it before. He was greatly excited to see it. Similarly, John Keats was greatly excited to read the sublime poetry of Homer. John Keats further says that Cartes discovered the Pacific Ocean. He gazed it with surprise, and his companions were also wonderstruck at the new discovery. They silently looked at one another's face. They looked at the peak on the Isthmus Darien. They were wonderstruck, they were surprised, and could not utter a single word. John Keats too was very astonished when he read Homer.